Well, g'day, and welcome back again to Zhaoqing. And today, we're down walking along by the river, still sitting fairly high. And we're going to sort of chat a little bit more. Last video, we sort of talked about the 2 years on YouTube. And so yeah, what I thought we might do is going to tell you a little bit about my workflow, how I make videos and all that sort of stuff, and then have a little bit of a chat about getting started on YouTube, if it's the sort of thing that maybe you're interested in or whatever. Have a look at some different sort of options on how to do stuff and whatnot, because yeah, 2 years is pretty good effort, I think. I've had a really good experience. And we're wandering along this way. There's actually a big area down in front of us here, which I saw, don't even know how long ago, 3 or 4 months ago. They had cleared off a lot of the riverbank, planted sort of a big grass area, and I don't know what they were doing, whether they were building up some sort of public area for people to go and hang out by the river or something. So we're going down to have a look, see what's going on down there. We were actually going to do this video earlier today. I went out on the bike for on the electric bike for a ride this afternoon. I was off looking for somewhere to go and just, a nice place to go and walk around and have a chat and show you some scenery while we talk. But as I was riding around the lake, thunder and lightning started up, and before we know it, it was absolutely belting down with rain, and we got very, very wet riding back home. But yeah, definitely too wet to be pulling the camera out and stuff. So we're going for a walk now. It's what is the time now? It's 6:20 in the evening. The rain looks like it's mostly gone, although those clouds behind us out on the horizon look bloody spectacular. There's no more thunder and lightning around, but there is still a bit of moisture in the air. We'll see how we go. So, wanted to start off just talk about how I go about making videos, how I decide what to do and all that sort of thing. So, generally, most of my videos are stuff like this where we're just sort of walking around. It is basically, I carry my camera, the Pocket 3, microphone, various other bits and pieces that I may need in different places. I've always sort of got a selection of stuff with me. So for this one, I haven't sort of brought out the drone because I'm not planning on flying. I haven't brought out the 360 camera, but often, depending on where I'm going, I'll chuck different stuff on my bike or in a car if I'm going with friends, just as an option. So for example, we went out, had a look at Thomas's new car. When was that? Last weekend? Wasn't sure if I would actually fly the drone, but I chucked the drone in because, okay, we might be able to use that, which we did in the end. But if we hadn't, I'd have had it there just in case. And then it is just basically go for a walk, put the camera up and record whatever we see. Generally speaking, there are differences which we'll come to in a minute. But, and I'll record for however long. I really don't care. I enjoy just going out and showing things, and finding new things. So we've always got the phone in the pocket. So one thing I do use quite a bit now is DeepSeek. I did try to use OpenAI back when that sort of first started, but that was very hit and miss here. Sometimes it wouldn't work because I had a VPN well, you had to have a VPN. I don't think it works within China anyway. But so you need a VPN, but sometimes it detected a VPN and wouldn't work, so I sort of gave up. And then when DeepSeek came along, I've used that a whole lot more, because it is, especially on Chinese stuff, you know, history and whatnot here, it has a lot more information, and it seems to be a lot better information. We've also got the, you know, on the phone, the translator and stuff, so it's having those tools that when you come across something that you do find interesting, having those tools to be able to sort of further what I'm talking about is really good. Don't use them all that often. A lot of stuff is just walking around and seeing what we can see, as we're doing here today. So really, it is just videoing. It's I don't do, you know, a lot of people do a lot of sort of B-roll stuff, go and get different shots of different things that they can insert into the videos. I don't really do a lot of that. What you see is what you get, pretty much. What I'm looking at is what you're looking at. So once I have filmed whatever I'm filming, it's back home onto the computer, which at the moment, PC at home, which I've mentioned before. One thing I'm looking at buying in the near future is a laptop, so that when I'm traveling, I can actually be editing stuff. I have mentioned, like, when I go to Yunfu, I'll go to Yunfu for a week or two, I'll come back with 20 videos to edit. And it's like, oh Jesus, so much bloody editing to do. Which, yeah, editing's not what I do this for. So yeah, having a laptop so that I can edit stuff day by day while I'm traveling, and post stuff while I'm away will be really, really handy. So that is the next sort of step. But yeah, with videos like this, I generally just film everything. I know I've had the occasional comment on videos saying, oh, it's too long, I can't be bothered watching all of this. Which is fine, I don't care. You know, I'm not here chasing views or chasing watch time or anything like that. If you like what I do, that's great. If you don't, that's great too. Go and watch something else. You know, it's, I'm not here chasing subscribers or anything like that. I'm not chasing viewers. I'm doing what I enjoy doing, and if people enjoy watching it, that's great. But at the same time, I can understand if people don't enjoy the stuff that I do, that's perfectly fine as well. There's plenty of channels out there that do great stuff that I don't watch because they're just not my cup of tea. So it's no skin off my nose. So once I've got a video and it's all filmed, you know, it might be an hour, hour and a half, it's back home, plug the Pocket 3 into the computer, download the footage, and then editing. So my editing is generally done on CapCut, which is the company behind TikTok. Who is that? ByteDance, I think, is the TikTok company. But CapCut is their editing program. So the other reason we're looking at the laptop is because I have no space left on my PC, and I actually want to get the Chinese version of CapCut. At the moment, I've got the English language version, which to become a paid member on that is actually quite expensive compared to the Chinese version. The Chinese version offers a heap more features. Actually, no, a heap more features is probably wrong. It offers different features. It offers things that are sort of customized for a Chinese user. You know, there's little emojis and all that sort of stuff that are specifically Chinese. It's the sort of stuff that Chinese people love to put in videos and stuff. Just a different mindset. Got a train heading over the bridge behind us there. That's a busy, busy bridge, that one. So yeah, the other thing with the laptop is once I've got that will be set up strictly for video editing. I'm not putting anything else that's not to do with videos on there. So we will have both the English language version and the Chinese version of CapCut. And then I will be going the pro version of the Chinese version, because with that I will be able to, that will, once you're pro, apparently will automatically add in subtitles, which the free version will do, but the pro version will also automatically translate those subtitles and give you dual subtitles, so you have English and Chinese subtitles, which I want to start posting more stuff on Chinese social media. And at the moment, doing all those subtitles by hand and all the translation and stuff, it is a long process. So yeah, I want to get that sorted out. Once we've got the laptop, I'm going to be pretty sorted for social media posting. So yeah, we edit on CapCut. Now if you've been watching my videos for a while, you probably know there's not much editing going on. I put in a little start filter thing, a finish filter thing. Occasionally, if we've got different shots to edit together, we'll put in a little transition between shots. But in terms of editing, I do very little. It's something, me and Tony have talked about this before, and we sort of joke. You know, Tony will spend an hour editing a 10-minute video, and I'll spend 10 minutes editing an hour-long video. It's, I tend to, one of the reasons I show everything is because I remember when I first came to China, I used to watch videos, and you would always see comments under, these are people who make videos and, quite professional level and stuff, and they'll be cutting from this shot to this shot to this shot to this shot. And you'd always get one or two idiots saying something along the lines of, oh, you've just edited out all the bad stuff so you can only show the good stuff. So one of my conscious decisions when I started doing this was, right, we're not editing anything out, we're just going to show the whole bloody lot. And that's one accusation that they won't be able to accuse me of, but yeah. But I'm, as I say, I'm more into the going out and videoing stuff. I'm not really interested in video editing. For me, the editing, get it done as quick as possible and get the video online. I do this because I enjoy getting out, walking around, having a look at this area. We're just trying to, so we're down into this area here. This down here is where they got rid of all of the sort of garden stuff, and they planted all this grass area down here, which has grown up a hell of a long way since they planted it. Last time I walked past here, this was just sort of a mud flat area with a hint of green coming through, but it's shot up really quickly. So I'm not sure what the goal is, what they're aiming for down here. But yeah, so videos for me, it is more about the actual getting out and filming as opposed to the whole editing process. I watch lots of videos from other China content creators, and quite honestly, I don't know how they do it. You see so many shots in some of these things, and I'm often just left speechless. How long it must have taken you to video all that stuff, get all those shots, put everything together. It's yeah, it's too much for me. I have no desire to be doing all of that stuff. So you get long videos, which, you know, some people, as I said, have commented that they don't like them because they're too long. Others say they love this stuff. They love just putting a video on, and it's the way I am too. I like to be able to just put a video on and then go away and do stuff while the video is playing and just be listening. It's really, it's what I like as well. I prefer long content. I've never done the whole TikTok thing with 1 minute or 2 minute videos, whatever they are. I don't even do shorts here. I think I've done one short on YouTube, which I did because it was a short video. There was, I didn't consciously go out and say, oh, I'm going to make a short. Yeah, it was just a short video showing, I think it was something to do with the rain one day last year. But that's about it. I think there's one, there might be two shorts, I can't remember. But yeah, I really enjoy what I do. Like I say, there's very little thought goes into anything that I do. I'll have thoughts running through my head all the time about different things to talk about. And then when I go out and do a video, you know, I'll just go out to show people something, and then these little topics that I have running through my head will just pop in and we'll talk about them from time to time. That's the majority of my content. But there are others that are premeditated, which is a whole different thing. Some of them come from viewer questions, which I've done a number of videos which directly come from things people have said, which is really good. One of the things I did mention last time that I do like to do is actually find things that you guys actually want to learn, because they're good videos to make. It's nice to be able to educate people about what life here is actually like, because there is, well, let's be kind and call it misinformation. There is a whole lot of misinformation out there. Some of it deliberate misinformation. Some of it is genuine people who don't know. Who are just parroting things they've been told and haven't had the experience. You know, I don't hold anything against them, you know, if they're doing it honestly. And you can pick up on them very, very quickly. You know, I'll comment on some videos and people will have said something negative, and I'll make a comment and they'll question me about it. And you can tell they don't quite believe me, but they're willing to listen, which is good. But then you've got others who, you know, they are deliberately, you know, for them it's, how do I get clicks? How do I get income from YouTube? Which is something I've not done yet. I've been eligible to monetize this channel for quite some time now, and I haven't got it, you know, I'm in no rush. I mentioned, I think, the last video or a couple of videos ago, a young guy I met, Jeffrey, who's just moved to town, who we've actually just got him into the English Corner. So hopefully he'll become a part of our English Corner crew. But his family's from Hong Kong, so yeah, we might try and do a trip with him. And then I've got some friends living in Hong Kong as well. And we've got to organize a bank account in Hong Kong so that we can start monetizing this YouTube channel, because we are eligible. I'm not really in that much of a rush to do that. But it's something I will do, and the money that we, you know, whatever money we make from that, I don't know how much people make on YouTube, but whatever we make, most of that money will go towards equipment, keeping the equipment up to date, that sort of thing. Maybe paying for, well, partially paying for trips if we're going away somewhere. That'll be able to help out. And yeah, any money we make from YouTube, I'll pump back into YouTube. But we'll get around to getting all that monetization stuff sorted out sometime soon. But like I say, I'm in no rush. So yeah, the other sort of thing we wanted to talk to, getting away from my channel a bit, is talking about you and you starting a YouTube channel of your own. Not that anybody's asked this particular question, although I did have a talk with a girl that I know. She lives over on the east coast of China. We met a long time ago. She was doing a master's degree in art, ceramic painting. And she's been to visit a couple of times and we're still in contact. We still chat, not as often as I'd like, but we do chat fairly often. And last time we were talking, I sort of said to her, look, because she's trying to get her own business up and going, creating art and selling art and stuff. And I said to her, look, why don't you look at doing some social media stuff? Maybe she can do some lessons on how to do her sort of art or show her stuff. Or if she so that was sort of for Chinese stuff. But then, her English is really good. So I said, well, why don't you look at, she's got a YouTube channel. Why don't you look at doing a YouTube channel? And just do much the same as I do, just wandering around your hometown, showing what life is like in a different part of China, because there are plenty of people out there who are interested in that sort of content. And she sort of ummed and ahed, and she hasn't done it yet. But I'm hoping she will, because I actually think she'd do really well. Once she got a bit of confidence in herself and her abilities, she would do a good job. But we wanted to talk more generally, not just her sort of situation, and whether I would recommend starting a YouTube channel, which to me, I would say yes. Give it a try. Even if you're not sure if you want to do it, try going out and doing it. And just sort of, I would say don't try and narrow down too narrow a focus. Try and keep what you're talking about fairly broad. That's what I do. I try and do different types of stuff. So occasionally we'll do a debunking thing. Occasionally we'll do a comments video. Occasionally we'll just go for a walk and show you what we see. Occasionally we'll have, like with Thomas buying the new car, we'll do a specific thing on that brand of car. So I try and sort of switch up what I'm doing, so it's, because I don't want to get bored, much less viewers getting bored. So yeah, I mean, if you have any desire to tell any kind of story, whatever sort of subject it's on, give it a try. And you don't even have to start a YouTube channel. Go and try making a video. Just go out with your phone. You don't need any specialized equipment or anything. Phone cameras these days are good enough. Get yourself a selfie stick. If you've got a bit of spare money, get yourself a little phone gimbal. But a selfie stick would be good enough. If we go back to Mr. Tony, when I first started following him, I went back and watched some of his really early stuff. He was just using a selfie stick on the phone. The camera is really shaky and it's a bit rough, but it works. Go out and just film stuff. Try filming something. Download a video editor, something like CapCut. It's absolutely free and it's really simple to use. There's other editing programs, you know, find the one that clicks with you. I've tried to get Tony using CapCut because I find it really simple. He's used to, I think, what does he use? I think he uses DaVinci. And he hasn't sort of switched over to CapCut, but he's probably much the same as me. Once you're used to whatever you're used to, it can be really hard to change over. You know, I think he's happy with what he's using, so he does, you know, as much as I'll try and say, CapCut, it's fantastic. He'll probably turn around and say, oh, you should try DaVinci, it's fantastic. So, you know, both of us, it's just what we're used to. But yeah, go out, make a video or two, give it a bash, see what you can talk about. Even if you're not posting them, just going out and doing it for a start is really good. And try a few different things, you know. You could try just walking around and talking, much as I do. You could try getting different shots, putting different things together, seeing if that's more your cup of tea. And just seeing what comes out of it. There's no, you know, if you go out with just the intention, okay, I'm just going to go out and film a video, there's no pressure to put it online. There's no pressure for the video to be good. If you've got no plans to put it online, it doesn't matter if you make the absolute most shithouse video in the world. No one else is going to see it, but it's a great little experience, and well worth trying, I think. Because more content creators, more diversity is always a good thing. If you're the sort of person who wants to get onto YouTube to get a monetized channel and get lots of quick views and quick subscribers and stuff, I can't really help you. There are channels who talk about that stuff, but I've not done that. I don't have that experience. And yeah, that's not my, as I mentioned before, that's not my sort of thing. I'm not here to make money out of YouTube at this point in time. Maybe in the future I'll change my tune. I'm not saying that's forever, but it's not me at the moment. So yeah, if you're gonna start doing videos to make money, go and learn somewhere else, because I'm not going to be able to help you. So yeah, go and try and make a few videos, and then if you decide that yes, this is what I want to do, I would say sort of have a schedule. Okay, we're going to do a video every week or every fortnight. If your goal is to build up sort of a subscriber base, you want videos to be coming out. It doesn't have to be often, but a regular timetable would be good. Bit different with me because I'm doing something every 2 or 3 days. So there's always stuff coming on. I sort of thought about when I first started, okay, Sunday evening is going to be the release time. Or whatever time, it wasn't necessarily that time, but I thought about doing one video a week. And if I end up with videos waiting to be released because it's ahead of time, that'd just mean I don't have to go out and make so many videos. But with the way I'm going, I'd wind up with a year-long break waiting for the videos to catch up with the release. So if you're not doing videos that often, try and work to a schedule. Try and make sure that you're not keeping people waiting. Especially once you start getting a bit of a subscriber base, you don't want to leave people sort of going, oh, when's their next video coming out? Oh, they're taking too long. There are channels I watch who post, once a week. And I really struggle because the videos that I subscribe to, the channels I subscribe to are content I really enjoy. And when I first start watching a channel, I generally binge watch them. I'll come across something and I'll go back through their catalog and I'll watch their entire catalog. Wow, it's very noisy here with microphones, speakers and stuff going off everywhere. So yeah, I'll go and binge watch somebody for days and days and days, go right back through their content. And then, once you've run out of all the back catalogue to watch, you're sort of stuck waiting for them to release another video, which once you're sort of into that thing of watching 5, 6 of their videos a day, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's nothing else to watch, it can be a bit of a letdown. So, yeah, you want to try and keep a fairly regular schedule. Like I say, it doesn't have to be often, but you want to try and keep content coming out at a regular schedule so that people know when you've got stuff coming out, when to expect things. Your sort of subject of your channel. The other, another thing I would look at is keep it broad. Don't try and narrow down on, I could, with the China stuff, I could really focus in on tech, or focus in on the politics, or focus in on the media and what the media says about China, or focus in on debunking people or whatever. What that tends to do, from my understanding, is give you a whole lot more work to do. If you're a tech channel, you've really got to be following that stuff. If you're doing debunking, you've got to go out and you've got to go and look for stuff to debunk. And then research and all that sort of thing. It's why I keep my thing very, very broad, and I will talk just about anything. Because I do tend to find, I will do bits of research. If there's a specific thing I want to talk about, I will go out and do a bit of research and stuff. But I don't want to be doing that for every single video. So it's very, very broad based. A lot of what I talk about is opinion based. It's not, walking down the street here, I'll talk about what I see, what I think. It is very, very subjective. And nobody can say I'm wrong, but they might have a different opinion. It's, which is, no problem with that. So if you were looking at starting something, especially when you're first getting going, I would recommend keep your sort of focus fairly broad. Keep an eye on your comments. Keep an eye on what people are telling you, because depending on your subject, you are going to get both positive and negative comments. Take them all on board. I have had what you could perceive as negative comments off of people who aren't really trying to be negative. They're just saying, you know, I don't like this. And that's fair enough. That's, you know, no issue with people who are like that. You do get the other commenters who are just idiots. Right, where are we now? I think, just looking up this alleyway here, I think we are going to wander up this way. I think this will take us back up along the river road. It's a bit crowded with traffic down that way, so we're going to try and get back up along the river. So, yeah, commenters, when you're posting videos, keep an eye on the comments. Not only because it's nice to get the positive stuff, it's also nice, you know, when people do have criticisms, it's also good to take them on board. I do read every single comment that gets commented. I don't always reply to them all. I'm often rushed and don't have time. So a lot of my replying to comments gets delayed terribly, but the regular commenters I do try and stay in touch with and make sure I reply to their comments as soon as I can. But yeah, quite often I've got other things on, although that'll slow down now. We're on summer vacation, so I'm not having to worry about classes for a little while. But yeah, comments are really good to follow. And as you're building a channel, you hear the comments and it will give you some ideas on, okay, we can narrow down onto this area, or we want to, okay, broaden it a little bit further than what we have done. Or you get other ideas for, okay, we've been sort of focusing here, but here's something that's sort of related, but not the same thing. But you'll get ideas from people that are ideas that maybe you wouldn't have gotten on your own. You know, as I say, I've done plenty of videos responding directly to people's comments. You know, I'm always thankful to hear from these people because they give me, you know, I don't have every single idea in the world. It's nice to get other ideas from different people, and it really does help out. So keep an eye on your comments. And I think the most important thing for me, we're going to stay on this side, or we're going to swap over the road. We're going to cross the road, get back over, up onto the upper area up here. The other thing that I would recommend is do what you want to do. As I've mentioned, you know, there's people out there who don't like my content. The videos are too long, too much waffling on. Yeah, that's fine. If you don't like it, don't watch it. But this is what I like to do. I'm doing this because I like to do this, not because I'm, you know, if you're out there chasing views and chasing subscribers and chasing the money, yes, you'd have to be a whole lot more focused than I am. It's not my goal. I do this because I enjoy doing this. And I would recommend the same, especially when you're starting. Get out and do what you enjoy doing. Don't let other people dictate what you should be doing, what you should be talking about. Do what makes you happy. You're going to get criticisms regardless, but the best way to find your audience is to be yourself. If you're doing something you're not really into, yes, you're going to get another audience, but are they really your audience? And when you're starting out, like I say, be yourself. You're going to get the people along who are going to agree with you one way or another. And they're the people that you want to build your channel with. And then as you get more practice, then you might start focusing in on certain areas, polishing up your video editing skills and stuff like that, which maybe I'll do one day, but I'm in no rush for that. Wow, that sky is really nice. All these clouds around, it's beautiful. But go and do it. Just give it a bash. You can't go wrong. Like I say, go and try making some. If you've got the faintest little tiny slither of a desire to maybe I'd like to do some YouTube videos, go and make some videos. Like I say, you don't have to post them online. Just do it for your own thing. Go and try a few different ways of filming. Because I said in the last video, this has been really rewarding for me because A, it's pushed me to get out to more places that I probably wouldn't have gone to without having videos to make. And it also helps me, you know, not only am I educating you, I'm educating me. There's a lot of times I will go places where I'm just trying to think of a really good example of where this actually happened. And I can't, the Inkstone Village would be a good one. So I'd been out to the Inkstone Village a couple of times back before I started doing YouTube. And I just sort of walked around and looked around going, oh wow, doesn't that look really nice, blah, blah, blah. You know, just very, very superficial. But with the making videos, it sort of pushes me to find more information, give more information. And that's not only so you can learn, it's also educating me. So it's been a really, really good experience. I have really, really enjoyed it. And it's something I can see myself doing long into the future. I don't know if ever I was in a situation, we've got another train heading over the top of us. Freight train. Wow, that's military gear up on there. Military trucks and some passenger stuff as well. So the army must be off somewhere doing something. Yippee. What was I saying? Educating yourself, helping, yeah. Like I say, if you've got the faintest desire, even if you're not really sure yet, go and give it a bash. Go and make some videos. When you watch the videos, try not to be critical of yourself. It's one thing that I think I'm okay now, but certainly when I first started watching myself on camera, actually it wasn't even watching myself was fine. Listening to my voice was really, really hard. And I think, yeah, it's much the same as looking at a picture of yourself. You see yourself in a photo, everyone else goes, oh yeah, that's a really good photo, but you're looking at what's wrong. Here, oh, this fault and this fault and this fault. Everyone else is just going, oh, it's a great picture. And it's very much the same here. People are generally more self-critical than anybody else. well, apart from those trolls out there that just like to be critical. You know, I had the same thing, you know, I still have the same thing. You know, I've been playing guitar and singing for, I don't even know how long anymore, a long time, many, many years. I still don't like to listen to myself. I know I can do a good job, I know I can entertain people, I know people like what I do. But when someone takes a video of me and sends it to me, I still listen and go, oh, Jesus, do I sound like that? And it's much the same. So if you're making a video and you're watching yourself, don't let yourself be too critical, because it is very strange when you first sort of start looking at yourself doing this sort of thing. It can be a really weird experience, but it does get better. You do get used to it. But yeah, get out and try and make some content. It'd be great to have more people on board. We're probably going to wind up there. We've been going for, what have we got there? 46 minutes. So it's going to be 50 minutes by the time we're finished. We're almost back home. It's just about time to get cooking dinner. What is the time? 10 past 7 now. So, yeah, get out, give it a try. It'd be great to have more content creators out there. And I'm interested in watching a lot of stuff. We'll probably do one more video because sort of on the 2 years thing, because I have had a couple of people ask the question, what content do I watch on YouTube? You know, we've done videos about other China YouTubers that I watch. But yeah, I have been asked a couple of times, what other content do I like to watch on YouTube? So we might even go and have a look at some of that, and we'll sort of talk through some of that stuff, because I watch a wide variety of stuff. I love learning new stuff. And I will focus on just about any subject that is interesting. So yeah, we might have something along those lines coming up. But it is almost time to get home and start cooking up some dinner. So thanks for watching, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Questions or comments, hit us up down there in the comment section. If there's anything you would like to learn about life here in China, in Guangdong, especially here in Jiaqing, again, down there in the comment section. And yeah, if you come up with a good idea for a video, we'll go away, do the research, as I say, and bring you a video of something that you want to learn. But for now, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe, and we will see you all in the next one. Cheers.